Hi, welcome to my channel, Zazaline. My name is Janeta, and in today's tutorial, we are going to be working on something a little different. Usually I make bags, but I kind of do a little bit of everything. So today we are going to be working because Christmas is coming, and this will be a present for my son's friend. And we will be making this apron. So it has adjustable strap, and you can make it a little bit tighter, a little bit looser. And I have my own embroidery machine, so I made a nice design here. It will have the straps so they can tie it up in the back, a little pocket if they want to put a wooden spoon in there or whatever they want, and then this matching hat. So there is elastic in the back, so it will adjust according to the head size. And we put interfacing in here, so it's going to be a little bit more stiff and it can actually stand on its own. So yeah, this is what we are working on today. So let's start with the hat. Okay, so the top of the hat, this is for a child 6 to 10 years old. So you want to fold it and fold it so you have a smaller square. And then we are gonna fold it again and we will make some marks. So we are gonna measure 20 centimeters, 27 centimeters from the tip here. And you need some kind of marker, and very easily we will measure 27 centimeters, 27, and you're just gonna pivot 27. And so this is gonna be our circle. Now we are just gonna cut it out. And what we should end up with is a nice circle, which is gonna be on the top of the hat. Okay, now the base is 52 centimeters long and 9 centimeters wide. So about 20.5 inches long, 3.5 wide. And we are gonna need a little this is for a bias when we actually cut this opening. So this is for this area here. And let me see, this one is about 7 inches or 18 centimeters long and about 1.5 inches wide. Okay, so let's start preparing the top. So first of all, we are gonna make a slit. And the slit, we don't want to do more than 8 centimeters. So let's just cut it towards the center. And I'm gonna measure how wide it is. And it is about 8 centimeters. Okay, now we are gonna prep this bias tape, and basically what we will do, we will fold it in half, we will iron it, then fold it in half, fold it in half, and this is what we want to end up with. So you just go to your ironing station and press with hot iron. So when we are done, we are gonna take this bias tape and we will place this inside because we don't want to have any raw edges. So we are gonna close this up, and let's just start from the middle. Okay, so now when we are done, we are gonna fold it in half and we are gonna sew a little triangle here. And so this is what we want to end up with. Okay, so now we are gonna adjust the stitch length, and we will go as wide as we can. So my machine can do 5 millimeters in length. We are gonna pull out the thread in the back, and we are gonna start about 1 centimeter away, maybe a little bit more, over 1 centimeter. And we are gonna sew all around. You don't want to backstitch, and I will show you why. So let's just start. Okay, so now when we are done, this is why we left the ends a little bit longer. Now we are just gonna pull on it, and this is the reason why we want a wide stitch. So mine is 5 millimeters, but go to maximum of what your machine can do. And then we are just gently pull. We don't want to break the thread, and we are gonna go all around. We can start on this side too, and just very gently pull. And we want to make it as small as a child's head. And so when we are done and it looks like this, we will put this on a side, and we are gonna concentrate on the bottom piece. So I did put interfacing on mine. This is the woven interfacing that I put on one part. And you can do the same colors, or you can do, I didn't have enough of the gray color, so I had to use the other color. And now we want to put these two good sides together. And the one side we are gonna clip. And we have to do one thing before we start stitching. We will fold about 1 centimeter on each side. And then we will take it to the ironing station. So 1 centimeter on each side, and you will fold away like this. Okay, so once you iron it, this is how it should look like. You will fold it towards the wrong side. So towards the wrong side. And now we are gonna go back to the machine, and we are gonna go across about a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay, so now we are gonna open it up, and we will go back to the sewing machine, and we are gonna iron the seams. Okay, so this is how you make it nice and flat. Then it's gonna help us to fold it, and we know exactly where the fold is. So this is what we will do. Now you can either use your pins, just so we know where the fold is, and we will go back to the machine, and we are gonna top stitch on the bottom. Okay, so now when we are done, we are gonna grab the hat, the top that we have done, and we are gonna start on the wrong side. So this is where the wrong side is, and we will take the if you have the same color on both sides, it doesn't matter. And now we are just gonna go around, and we want to make sure that the fabric is equally distributed, and we will clip it, and it has to be it has to match this size of the bottom piece. Okay, so when it looks like this, we will go back to the sewing machine, and we are just gonna stitch around, and we want to go over where we see the thread the first time that we did the thread, or you can go a little bit below the thread so it doesn't show through. Okay, so now when we are done, And this is what I mean by going a little bit under the original thread, the original stitching that we did. So this is how it should look like. It's about 1 centimeter. And now we are gonna flip this over. And the best thing is to do it on a flat surface, because we want to make sure this is nice and flat. So we can use the pins just so we know. So one side is not longer than the other. And we are gonna fold. Let me just get rid of this thread here. We don't need it anymore. Good. So let's fold. And we have to make sure, let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see. We don't want to fold so the stitching is showing. We want to fold over the stitching because we want to cover up the stitching. So we go a little bit longer here. And we will go, and you can use your pins. Okay, so this is what we should end up with. We are almost done. And so this is the good side, and this is nice and stiff. And the last thing is the elastics. So, because we want to make sure it will fit the child's head. If it's a little bit bigger, the elastics are a little bit stretchy. And so we are gonna place the elastics, and we are gonna do one side at a time. We are gonna place it a few centimeters under. These elastics are about 4 inches or 10 centimeters long. So we want to, so this is where my elastic is gonna end. So about 1 inch in sewing machine, and we are gonna stitch here. So we are gonna go here, here, and a little bit here, because we still have to close up this gap. We didn't do that before. We left it open. Okay, so we close the top, the sides, and the bottom. And we are gonna do the same thing on this side. So we want to push it in. We want to leave a little bit open, so it's here, I will make it a little bit shorter. I think these ones are too long. And let's just put them back in here. And we will do the same thing. We are gonna go from here down and the bottom. Okay, and so there we go. We have a little bit of room for bigger head. So this part is done. So this is our hat. And now we are gonna start working on the apron. Okay, so these are all the things we will need for the apron. So we will need one piece for the pocket. We need one around the neck, the adjustable strap around neck, and then we need 2 pieces, and these ones are gonna be for tying the apron in the back. Adjustable strap, so that will be for the around the neck, so we can adjust it. And I will show you very simple design. You can do it. You don't even need PDF pattern. Usually I provide PDF patterns, but this is so easy that you don't really need to. So you are gonna fold it in half, and then you are just gonna cut out a little piece here. A little, it doesn't even have to be round, just so it has this kind of shape. When you open it up, it has this kind of shape. So let's start with the adjustable strap around the neck. So we have to, and again, you will need your ironing station. It's going to help you. We will fold it in half iron it, and then we will fold a little bit on the sides. You don't, if you want, you can go all the way down. I don't usually go all the way down. You want to make sure that the strap is gonna fit in this adjustable buckle. So I would just do a little bit, about centimeter fold. Okay, so this is how we fold it. You don't fold it all the way to the midline. You just fold it about 1 centimeter from each side. And then when you close it, it's gonna be just perfect for this adjustable buckle. So you want to make sure that it fits in nicely, just like this. So now we are gonna go back to the machine and we are gonna do 2 lines. One in here to close it and one in here too. And there we go. It's very hard to see the stitching, but it is on both sides. And if you have a pattern, try to stick with the pattern so it's nice and straight, because that's what people will see. We can put this on a side and we are gonna work on the pocket. So the pocket is, again, I will provide all the measurements. We are gonna place it this way. So the good sides together, and we will, so here we will leave a little opening. I'm just gonna make a mark, maybe here and here. So we are not gonna sew in this area. And otherwise we will go on all 3 sides, not on the bottom. The bottom will, because it's folded, that one is just fine. So here we will stop, backstitch, and then go down. Okay, so now when we are done, we are gonna cut the corners, but don't cut in the stitching. And that's gonna help us to have a little sharper corners. We are gonna what we can do is fold this a little bit, and you can either finger press or you can take it to the iron. My fabric is quite pliable, so it works fine. And now we will turn it inside out. Okay, you want to use something little, not sharp, but I'm using this wooden stick. And I'm gonna get in and just push out these corners so they are nice and sharp. Okay, and then I will take it to the ironing station and I'm gonna iron it and make sure it's nice and flat and crisp. Okay, so now it's nice and flat. Now I'm gonna put a little clip here so I remember that this opening is on the bottom. And we will put this on the side and we are gonna work on the side straps. So the same thing as we did before, we are gonna fold it in half, and then because this is a strap on the side, it's the one that you will tie it in the back. So we don't really need to follow any, it doesn't have to be this wide because we are not gonna put any adjuster in there. So you can make it as wide as you want. If you want, you can go all the way to the midline and make it a little bit thinner and have it just like this. I will do the same thing what I did before. I will fold it in half and then just do a little fold, maybe a centimeter. Okay, so I have already done one, and the one side can be raw edge, but the other one we will have to fold in. So I will show you how to do it. So I have a little trick. What I usually do with the ends, I just cut the corners so they are not sticking out. Okay, then we will fold as usual, and then I will fold the end. And there we go. We have a little nicer end. We can put this inside. Let me just zoom in so you can see a little bit better. So I will fold it in, fold in, fold in. and then fold again, and we have nice crisp edge. Okay, so we are gonna go over here and then down. Okay, I flipped the mat so you can see it a little bit better, because gray on gray you wouldn't see much. So anyways, now we are gonna place the pocket on the actual apron, and we will go somewhere in the middle. So let's just measure where the midline is. You can just wing it, no big deal, but if you want to be exact, so this is my midline, and now we are gonna measure this midline. Okay, let's just make sure it's in the middle, and we'll make a little crease somewhere in the middle here, so we know that's the midline. Open it up, I can see it, and I will place it somewhere in the middle. So because it's a pocket, so this is good spot. Now I am gonna, so this opening is gonna be on the bottom, because we are gonna close it as we are sewing the pocket in. We will close the opening at the same time. So let's pin it in 2 more spots, and we are gonna backstitch here, go down the bottom, up, and again we will backstitch on the top. We are gonna leave this open. Okay, so this is it. We have the pocket in, and now we are gonna work on the side here. And I already did a little snips, so you want to snip it a little bit. You want to fold it, iron it, and then you will fold it again, and again you will iron it, and you are gonna make this, it's gonna be much easier to form the fabric where you want it to be, especially in the curves. Okay, so the sides are done, and now we are gonna move on to the straps. So let's flip it the other way. Now what we will do is fold it, and again you can iron it. Then we are gonna place the raw edge. Let me just zoom in so you can see. We will add the raw edge, and then we will fold it again. So again we are doing double fold, and then this is gonna go over like this, and we will clip this in place so it doesn't unfold, and we will do it all the way to the bottom. Okay, so you want to do it on both sides, and you want to make sure that it is at the same level. So one is not higher, one is not lower. Okay, so the side straps are done, and now we are gonna move to the top. So we have our one long piece, and we will measure 7 inches from the side. They are both raw edges, so it doesn't matter which one you pick. So I will measure 7 inches, that's here. Let's cut it. And so we need 2 parts. So now let's take our glider, and we are gonna place it, so you are gonna go over the bar in the middle, and you want to end up here. So we will clip them together, and now let's start the top. So we will have to do them at the same time. So one, the shorter one, and it's up to you. It doesn't have to be on the side. You can switch it to the other if you want to. I just want to stay consistent. So on this side, on the left side, we will have the long strap, and on the right side I will have the short strap. And we are going to do exactly the same thing what we did with the sides. So let's flip it over. We are going to fold it about 1 centimeter. When we fold it, let me put it this way. So fold it, and now I forgot which side is which. Okay, so this is gonna be the short side. So I will place the short side here, and then we will fold it again with the short side. So let's just clip it first, because we have to do the other side. And we will do exactly the same on this side. So let's fold it, and now fold one more time. Okay, and then we will place this up. So there's gonna be, this is gonna be quite bulky. If your machine is not gonna go through so many layers, you can just simplify it and you can just do this, okay? Or you can make it nice, nice edge, and you can just sew it on top. But it's gonna look better and cleaner if you do it this way. Fold and fold. I have Juki industrial machine, and I know my machine can do it. And then we will do, but I think most domestic machines will be able to sew through few layers, because the cotton is not very thick. Okay, and now we will go back to the machine and we will do two lines, one on the inside and one on the outside, just like we did with the side straps. Okay, so there we go. The top is done. Go over, make sure it's not twisted. And you want to go again over the bar. Okay, make sure it's not twisted. And now I will close this end. So I will fold once, I will fold twice, and then I'm gonna stitch over it. And that way it's not gonna come out. Okay, so the end is done. I don't know if you can see. So that's the end, and when we get to the end, you see, it kind of stops it. You can't go out. So that's why I said make sure it's not twisted. And so we have the top, we have the sides, and the last thing is the bottom. And this is the easiest part. You will fold once, you will fold twice, and again, you will do one outer line and one inside line, and that's it. Okay, this is it, guys. So we did it. We have a matching apron and a hat. We are working on projects like this every week. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below if you have any suggestions or any improvements, any tips. I would love to hear them. And I will be making and releasing another video next week. So see you then. Bye.